My daughter is pregnant, how do I tell her that our older daughter is actually her biological mother? So, my wife Rose, 53F, and I, 53M, had our older daughter Sarah, 31F, when we were 22. We were young and broke, but we managed, and now we've raised Sarah the best we could. She got pregnant at 15, and it was a very depressing time for her. She had to go to therapy but never told us anything about the father, which always upset her. Consequently, we never pushed the issue. Initially, she wanted to terminate the pregnancy but kept canceling. Eventually, she told us she wanted to give the baby up for adoption. However, 5 months into the pregnancy, when she was discussing adoption with a social worker for a couple to adopt, the couple dropped out. After trying to find more couples, Sarah asked us if we wanted to adopt. At this point, Rose and I were both 38, and we had been discussing having another child. So, we ended up adopting our daughter Ellie when Sarah had her at 16. 2 years after Ellie, Rose and I had our son Logan, 13M, biologically. Growing up, we always planned on telling Ellie that she was adopted, but we knew that in telling her that, we had to disclose that Sarah was her biological mother. Sarah never became close with Ellie, not even as sisters. She moved out after the birth and lived with Rose's sister. She has always shown sisterly love to her brother Logan, but never towards Ellie. Conflicting feelings with Sarah have always been apparent. I've seen posts on Sarah's Instagram where she posted a picture of what was supposed to be the 5 of us, but Ellie was cut out. I confronted her about this, and she said it's too painful. However, a couple of years ago, she showed up drunk, begging us to let her see her daughter. We talked to her and let her stay, but we did not allow her near Ellie since she wasn't sober. We found out from her now husband, a different man who isn't Ellie's biological father, that she had suffered several miscarriages and had been advised to consider a surrogate. She ended up doing that 4 years ago and has since had twins, Jack and Jill, 3M and 3F, who are biologically hers. Ellie has loved being an aunt to the twins, and Sarah has encouraged this relationship with Ellie, inviting her over for family time with Logan, who loves being an uncle. We have asked Sarah that, in light of the twins and Ellie being close to them, wouldn't it be time to tell Ellie the truth? However, Sarah keeps claiming she is not ready. Recently, Ellie came to us and told us she is pregnant. This time, it is a completely different situation. We have met the father, he is a childhood friend of hers, and they decided they wanted to lose their first times to each other. We had the talk with Ellie long ago, as we did with Sarah. We approached the situation calmly and have since met with the father and his parents. Ellie is insistent on keeping the baby, and she is 3 months along. We have not told Sarah yet, we do not know how to approach the situation, and we are uncertain how she will be able to take it. My wife and I are considering telling Ellie the truth, but we need Sarah to be there. Update 1. Well, I decided to focus on helping out Ellie, who is 4 months pregnant. We didn't want to stress her out by telling her about the adoption yet. In fact, we know we should have already told her a long time ago. Despite Sarah's emotions on the matter, it's not like we even knew the details about Ellie's father, so that would have been Sarah's talk. However, as Ellie's parents, we still should have told her the truth when she was younger. A week after I made the post, Ellie told the family about the pregnancy. Since then, she had informed my parents, her boyfriend's grandparents, and, of course, she told Sarah. Sarah didn't react well but assured her she would support her. Afterward, Sarah reached out to us, very upset, but expressed her readiness to talk to Ellie. Initially, the discussion was about the adoption with us, and she mentioned she wanted to tell Ellie about her father alone. We sat down and had the discussion. Ellie was, of course, upset but calmed down after a while. She had questions about her father, and Sarah had that discussion with her. At the time, I didn't know what she was told, and it was none of our business. However, Ellie told us she knows who he is and said she didn't want to reach out. So, we moved on after that. The other day, I got a call from my sister-in-law Renee, 31F, my younger brother's wife. She was angry and asked what kind of sick ideas Sarah was putting in Ellie's head. She started mentioning stuff about Ellie's adoption, so after calming her down, she told me what happened. She claimed that Ellie had messaged my brother Ethan, 32M, and told him about the adoption, wanting to talk to him. This confused me because Ethan and I don't talk much. We were never really close because we are 21 years apart. Ellie only saw him on holidays, so telling him about the details of her life didn't make sense. Renee explained to me that Ellie claimed that Ethan was her father because that is what Sarah had told her, and she told him he was going to be a grandpa. I had to sit down for a while to really take in what was being said, and then after some time, I called Sarah, and we had a long conversation. She confirmed that, yes, it was true that Ethan is Ellie's biological father. Sarah and Ethan were close when they were young, being only 8 months apart. Sarah explained that when they went through puberty, feelings changed, and every time she went to her grandmother's, they would hide away from everyone and have their alone time. Sarah was upset talking about this but told me that he never forced her and that it was always consensual. She never wanted to tell me because she was ashamed about the entire situation. I have since talked to Ethan as well. He denied it to Ellie over text but told me that it was true. Even if this was consensual, how could he do that to his own niece? He had all these explanations, but I wasn't hearing it. He knew about the pregnancy, and being Ellie's father the whole time, he never bothered to step up or say anything. I have talked to Ellie about it. She says she was upset when she found out, but she always thought she looked like my stepdad's side of the family. It upset me when she mentioned that because honestly, I see it, it's pretty obvious now. I always knew that Ellie favored whoever her father was because she didn't look like anyone on our side, but I never suspected Ethan. My mother and stepdad have found out, and Ethan confirmed to Renee that it was true. She has left with their kids to stay with her family. Ethan has tried to reach out to Ellie now, but I don't want her speaking to him. I'm still her father, and I don't think she is safe being in touch with him. Ellie has shown no interest in talking. I asked her why she reached out to him before talking to Sarah or us about it, and she said she just wanted to know his side of the story but feels betrayed for being lied to.